thank you, Niels. Let's see if this one works. No, it doesn't work. Can someone? Yes, okay. So, yeah, this is going to take you back to the year 2002. It was quite a special year because we got a new currency. There was a royal wedding. There was a royal death. Laptop still had a DB9 port. Oh, so great. And IPv6 had a great future.
And Apple laptops did not have a DB9 connector. They were the future already. But the real future was IPv6. That was a great new thing. Only you guys had to be aware of it. So we thought of, me and several other people thought, we have to organize an IPv6 awareness day, IPv6 awareness day. So you would be aware of IPv6, and then IPv6 would go sky high. But NLNOG came alive.
So I just want to do a quick show of hands, just to get a feel of the audience. So who here was alive in 2002? Wow, that's actually more than I thought. Okay, who was working in networking and IT in 2002? That's significantly less. Yeah. So now the big question is, who knows or remembers what a BOFH means? That's quite good, yes. And if you don't know, Wikipedia has the answer. This is going to be important later on.
So on the IPv6 Awareness Day, we had a dinner afterwards and we talked, wouldn't it be great if there would be a Dutch version of the NLNOG mailing list? And the very next day, we received this email, which you can't read probably, but from Alex Big, asking officially if M6 would host this new mailing list. So I started to register nlnog.net and nlnog.org, and I paid the $25 per domain name for 2 years. And then we only needed a charter.
And this will be a recurring theme. Niels? So actually in November, I managed to set up the NLNOG mailing list and posted the first message to that list. The setup mimicked that of NaNOG, and NaNOG had an interesting setup. So you basically had NaNOG, the list itself, to which everyone could subscribe and read. And in order to post, you had to be a member of the NaNOG post list. And that was something that was moderated. So we mimicked that setup with the help of some scripting. Mike van Smorenburg, I don't know if he's here, but he donated a script that we modified for that. And then we had the setup. So we still didn't have a charter. The informal charter was basically anyone can read, and only people who have admin access to a router in the DFZ can post. This is also when we created the BOFH Gestalt. There were two parts of that, a left brain side and a right brain side. And we basically did that to separate our personal identities from the admin identities to maintain neutrality. So the charter is mentioned again in November, and it still wasn't there. And then I decided to do a little bit of graphics gimping, and I created this logo. Then I created this logo, and I finally settled on this one. And I was so proud of it. And I think within a month, people said, no. So then Raymond Dijkshoorn, actually, they had a web developer, a mysterious Marcus, who we never met and who has never been mentioned again. But he created this logo in about 5 minutes. 7 minutes, including rendering. And that's been the logo ever since, I think.
But the funny part was that I got the credits for the other logo proposals that Steven made. And Steven did lots of the work because he actually programmed the mailing list setup and did everything. I was just adding people to the mailing list.
Oh, yeah. So then there were talks about t-shirts. So on a Saturday morning, Friday morning, I printed out a few things and then ironed it onto a t-shirt. The t-shirts have been lost, but these were the very first NLNOG t-shirts. On the front there is the NLNOG logo. On the back it said BOFH L or R. And I've hidden mine under a t-shirt during the card competition because it was too cold. But these were the official first two t-shirts of NLNOG.
And as the mailing list goes on, inevitably a controversy would arise. And the controversy was about the fact that the mailing list was readable for everybody, and only a few people, well, quite a few people could post. And certain people were not aware of that and thought like, hey, if everybody can read what I post here, then I don't feel free to talk anymore. This list should be closed. So there became a whole discussion about should the list be open, should the list be closed. And that never went anywhere because the list remained as it was, just like the charter. Yeah, at some point this whole discussion died, but the mailing list sort of died as well. The volume went really low after that. But luckily, some new people stand up in the community and thought it was time for a New Year celebration.
So yeah, there was a New Year celebration in 2005. Tempers had run low a bit, so it was good to have a celebration. It was a big success. It was such a success that there was also an end of year's drink in that same year, and I think that's the only time that has ever happened. But since then, the New Year's drinks have been a regular feature, and I think that's actually a great feature.
And then Job sent me an email, Arien, I'm having an idea. I want to put shell servers in every AS that is interested. Could you please delegate the domain ring.nlnog.net to me? So I did that, thought easy, I delegate. And then Job said, but you also have to do DNSSEC. And I was running bind. So that was a headbreaker. But it went for quite a while. In the meanwhile, we had more New Year celebrations and even NLNOG days, I think. And then things got really, really serious. Job thought like, let's make a foundation.
Yes, so that was the first mention of the foundation on the mailing list. And within half a year, the actual foundation was created. By the way, I managed to just Google, what was it, NLNOG Foundation creation, and this pops up. So somebody scanned the official document. And that was the 5th of January 2015. So a flag day. And then it was time to set up.
And then Job said, okay, now we have a foundation. Can you delegate transfer the domain to the foundation? And I said, okay, I'll do that tonight. And I transferred the domains, got the ICANN mails, and then the domain was transferred. The only sad part was that I just paid for another year. But that's okay.
With interest. But yeah, so in the end, the mailing lists were migrated a little bit later than that, at the end of 2015, and that kind of brought the end to the BOFH era, and we happily retired after 13 years of managing a mailing list.
Thank you.